Welcome to Kramer's Films That Changed the World. And the official world premiere of Teach Your Children Well. The movie is we're going to see in a few minutes, but I wanted to let Gary Takesian say a few words to all of you. And we have some special guests also that have flown in, like Arny Zabarian, who's in the film. You'll be hearing from him in a few minutes. So, Gary Takesian.
It seems like the order of the day to thank you all for coming, and I certainly want to echo that. You know, I was telling a couple people earlier, for an indie filmmaker to venture on a project like this and end up with somebody of the stature of Lily Tomlin as the narrator, Kramer to pick this up and to create an event like this, you know, I was telling people, I'm whelmed. Just plain whelmed. You know, it's just amazing. You know, we started out really about 3 years ago. The idea was to try and bring the idea of homophobia to the screen. And how do you go about doing that? Well, we had talked for some amount of time, and all of a sudden, right before our eyes, was the Lawrence King shooting up in Oxnard. You know, we have a 14-year-old brings a gun to school, shoots a 15-year-old, and it's right in our backyard. So that really launched us on this particular endeavor. And we thought early on that, you know, we weren't really there to tell the Lawrence King story. This was really about taking that event and using that as the launching point to really talk about this. So we talked with students, we talked with teachers, we talked with parents, and with other folks who are the leaders of the various gay support groups. And those are the people who really tell the story. Because, you know, as a filmmaker, I don't think there's anything better that you can do than to let somebody tell their own story. Because for me to say something, they're going to say, who are you? But when you hear a kid talk about being bullied, when you hear somebody talk about their son being, bullied to the point of death, there's something about that touches our very soul. And that's what we need to do with this film. The idea, and I was telling a couple of people this earlier, I think this issue of bullying is in its infancy right now, just like we were with the issue of smoking about 20 years ago. We don't smoke on airplanes, we don't smoke in restaurants, we don't smoke in people's homes, because we laid down the gauntlet and said, this is harmful. This is something we don't do anymore. And this is what we need to do with bullying. We need to be that type of vigilance with this, to be able to say to people, that's not appropriate. So, thank you all very much.
Because I can't get through this without letting her say a few words. Robyn Voss, the executive producer of Teach Your Children Well, has been such a champion of the movie and of this event. Robyn?
I just want to say thank you so much for coming. Kat, you're amazing. You have just empowered the message and the vision of this film. And I'm just going to say that Mahatma Gandhi said, be the change you want to see. I look out here and I see all of you in great support, and I know you're going to take something of this wonderful film that Gary has made home with you and out to the world. So thank you, all of you, thank you.
Before I bring up my co-host, Arny Zabarian. Arny has flown in from New Jersey, correct? To be here with us today is an important interview in the film. So Arny, if you don't mind, I would love for you just to get up and say something, because this is the official world premiere. We want to make sure everyone has their opportunity. So Arny Zabarian.
Yes, I'm a little overwhelmed. First of all, I'd like to thank Gary. 3 years ago, I got a phone call, asked to do an interview, and I found out that it was for Larry King, or on the matter of Larry King and bullying, and I decided, you know, it was worth a try to do it. Just to share a little story, sometimes throughout the film, you may see me get angry or overly assertive, and one of the things that really motivated me to say what I do say in the short film is, I kept thinking about my younger partner, my little sister, my little cousins. I remember that I was afraid for them. They were all going to high school. they were all going to middle school. And I remember thinking, I don't want them to go through what I went through. I don't want them to, you know, feel depressed. I don't want them to feel like there was no escape. And that really pushed me and motivated me to say things like, I blame parents for the way kids are. It's really been an honor. Like, so many people that I've seen on TVs or in movies are here. I'm just from a small town in New Jersey. I don't do these things. But thank you for all being here and supporting. I'm just one person who's been through bullying. Many of you here have probably seen bullying. And I'm thankful for something like this to come out so people can understand that we're all human. We all deserve respect. I don't want them to go through what I went through. I don't want them to, you know, feel depressed. I don't want them to feel like there was no escape. And that really pushed me and motivated me to say things like, I blame parents for the way kids are. It's really been an honor. Like, so many people that I've seen on TVs or in movies are here. I'm just from a small town in New Jersey. I don't do these things. But thank you for all being here and supporting. I'm just one person who's been through bullying. Many of you here have probably seen bullying. And I'm thankful for something like this to come out so people can understand that we're all human. We all deserve respect. And we all deserve to be happy.